Yeah, hi everybody. I'm down here now about 9 days, and the knowledge I've gained from, being a computer literate with grade six with all my mental illness, I've learned how to use my phone. I've learned how to go YouTube live. Uh, I'm after gaining over 2,000 friend requests, which is amazing in 9 days. I'm after getting 200 hits on YouTube in 9 days. I almost got 300 subscribers in 9 days. I am now to the point that I either failed or succeeded. I think I failed to the point that I got my message out the wrong way. But after having Trevor bring his son into the mental hospital today, and to see that child run around and play hide and go seek and be very curious and interested in who I was and my mouth organ and wanting to share who he was, it actually had a profound effect on my life. As everything I've had in this movement since day one has been a growing experience on my life, and I really appreciate it, and has moved my heart from the financial support. Like, it was like thousands of dollars, I'm after getting two tickets, changing it, 700 in bail, food. I just couldn't believe it, the support I got far as the financial. Pizza Pros brought me pizzas, people's brought me buckets of chicken, food. I really, really, I got to step back here, and it's really not about me now. I really, after today, and Trevor brought his son to me, and it kind of touched my heart, because I was kind of losing focus, and it was really having an effect on me. The police were misleading me, guards, and I was getting overwhelmed. I really didn't know, if I was functioning, what I was saying, and it really, really was emotionally draining on me, and it really had a big impact. I got locked up, and I spent a really sad night, but I was prepared mentally and strong for it. But over these last 9 days, and today with Trevor and his little boy coming to my protest, and all the patients in the mental hospital, I had one guy, he was in there for 10 years straight. And when he seen me out by the gate with chicken and Pepsis and food, he had a piece of chicken and a drink. And he said, I've been in there 10 years looking out the window. And he said, when I seen you all out there, he said, I was curious. And he come out and had a piece of chicken and a Pepsi. He said, can I hug you? He said, I never had a piece of chicken from KFC in 10 years. And then I met a little girl who was suicidal. She was beautiful, both inside and out, so smart, so intelligent, so caring, so willing to give, so willing to receive. She changed my life. I'll never forget her experience. It brought sadness to me, but it also brought me an experience that it teaches me that being kind to somebody and saying kind words, it can impact their lives. Sometimes it gets carried away with my selfishness. And then Chad, my buddy Chad, I'll never forget you. You supported me all day into the Waterford Hospital. You laughed, you joyed, you said you shared your story. You impacted my life. The people on the line coming with their money and their gifts and the joy. I really say thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I've had people come to me now with more than just mental issues. They've come to me with broken hearts, financial struggles, mental struggles. And, it's all over Newfoundland. And it takes, a whole community back in the day to raise a community. So why don't we stop stigmatizing each other and start opening their doors and their cupboards? A lot of us haven't got $200 to buy groceries, steak and filet mignon and tenderloin, and we're $100 sneakers and $100 pants. But when you see that child struggling in your community, why open up the curtain and gossip? Why don't you confront and validate and give him compassion and understanding. What I've got out of this movement is that I got to watch my language and my anger and my temper. And I finally listened that you can get more bees with honey. So from here on in, I'd like to thank Trevor and his son for coming down and giving me that gift today, and the patients from the Waterford Hospital. You changed my life. You gave me strength and courage that I never got from anybody else. You were an inspiration to me today. Caitlin Gardner, Lisa, Renee, and wow, that lady and her husband, Petty Kennedy, and his wife. What an inspiration. And like I said, Chad, and that other beautiful lady, you know, that she shared her story with her struggles and her slashing and her fight. You know what? She was one of the beautifulest ladies I ever met on Mother Earth, and I can't remember her name. But her beauty outside and her beauty inside inspired me to reconsider the approach of my mental illness, their diseases, and life. So today at the Waterford Hospital was the greatest experience of my life. It taught me valuable lessons. And getting the phone call from my lawyer, Mark. Mark, I got to give you inspiration. You inspire me with your kind words and your meaningful gestures. I say thank you from the bottom of my heart because you're healing my mind. And I only want to thank everybody that helped me through this struggle. Thank you for your support. Let's really support each other. Let's record that thinking negativity and break that cycle and put a positive recording in there. That you're positive, you're good looking, you're God's child, you're worthy, you're entitled to respect as a human being. Your self-worth is very important to you. And if your self-worth is very important to you, it should be really worth for the whole world. You know, if one person is down, the whole world together can lift that person up. But if the whole world is up, there's no down, you know. So try to be kind to each other. I now have a movement that is bigger than me. I have to now speak proper language. I have children watching. There's no more going back. The only way to show the public the truth of mental health, mental addiction, and even though I'm clean, I still struggle with my mental illness and my temper. So thank you, Trevor, for bringing your son today, to bringing light onto me, to let me know that I'm aware that it needs to be calmed down and it needs to be shed in a better positive way. Norman Morrissey is really helping me too with my struggle. His words are very powerful to me. So I'd like to thank everybody for changing my life, for bringing me awareness and making me comfortable with who I am and where am I going and where am I struggling. So I really appreciate your time. I'm not stopping. I really, really would like for everybody to subscribe to my YouTube, maybe get the word out there, because once I start making money on YouTube, that's when I can send it to the people for food in their fridge, for clothes for their schools for children, maybe to fix the door in their house. The only way that I can make money, to give money, is support from my YouTube, support from your financial gains. Don't think I'm pocketing all that money. I have friends that are eating now that you're giving me money. It's helping me. It's helping my other friends on the picket line and everybody else. So I know this is a long video, but I just really, really wanted to dig deep and give a shout out to my supporters who's financially pushing this. Politicians now are listening, kids are listening, abuse victims, survivors, drug addicts, mental illness. A lot of people are listening. I even had a lady from Shea Heights today. I actually had two women. I don't know if I'm allowed to say their name, but Mrs. Goey Wells and Myrtle Jordan. And it was great pleasure and really joy to see them to come down to share a little bit of their story. And they were... poor Mrs. Wells and her father had to suffer tremendously with mental health and his heart condition and different puffers and different medications. And, you know, these were hardy working people that raised a great family on Shea Heights. And she just brought a little attention to, you know, the government and the finances and the support for elderly people in our community. And here is poor Myrtle Jordan. that is a God gift at Shea Heights, who brought only nothing but joy to our community and was a great uplifting citizen in our community, and we all loved her. And here she's all her life, never asked nobody for nothing, held her head high, and went on with her life. And here she's now struggling to cover her hospital and her medical cost bills, and nobody's helping her. You know, that's taxpayers' money that is, you know, all over Newfoundland. The elderly are sick. You know, we got children sick with different illnesses, different crisis, you know, women, children, you know. So it's a bigger crisis than me. I'm catching the drift. I'm catching on. The movement's not going to stop. I think my calling now is to go run for power. You're not like, you know, to be your premier and prime minister. I think I like to join the political party. I think I got a lot of knowledge. And I think, you know, I could be elected to get in on the House of Representatives, in the House of Commons, and bring some issues into the limelight. I just got to tone down my rhetoric and language. But that's where I'm learning this from you as my friends. You're being honest with me. How can I not change if people are confronting me? I have to listen. You know, it's proof in the pudding. You could, I'm not learning unless you tell me. But I'm getting this now. I'm getting the loud and clear. And Trevor, your son has changed my life, and I'd like to thank you for that. Peace out. Subscribe to my YouTube. Ask your friends to subscribe to my YouTube. Once I get 1,000 subscribers, million hits, that's when I get money on commercials. That's when I can help the youth, help the children, help you. So if you would like, subscribe to my YouTube, share, give me your comments. I'm open to communication. Thank you and have a great night.